Hello and welcome to today's IGTV, brought to you in partnership with SumUp, a flexible, affordable and reliable payment solution for small businesses. Earlier in the week, I asked you what questions you had for me in relation to your well-being at work, as well as setting goals and staying motivated with your passions. The questions flocked in, but there was one overall theme, which was to do with overcoming procrastination and seeing tasks and goals through to completion. If you're interested in learning top tips from a life coach and business mentor on how to overcome these challenges, then keep watching. Okay, so let's break the goal setting process down before we move on to achieving the tasks at hand. Firstly, you want to get laser clear on what you want to achieve, as well as the why around why you want to achieve it. Unachieved goals are usually due to a lack of clarity around the why, the how, and the when. Why do you want more Instagram followers? How will you increase your turnover this year? By when will you know it's time to hire someone else? But without a clear why, your motivation will flag fairly soon into starting. I'm going to use an example that most people will be able to relate to. We're going to use weight loss. If you don't know why you want to lose weight, when someone offers you a second helping of dessert, it's going to be a lot harder to resist. If you know why you want to lose weight, improve my overall health by lowering my BMI, feel better in myself because my clothes fit comfortably, which in turn will increase my self-confidence, that gives you a tangible motive. Inside the big brain of ours, we have two levels, the limbic brain and the neocortex. Our limbic brain holds the reins of all feelings, human behaviours and decision making. It has no capacity for language. It's where our gut decisions come from. So when you do things that just feel right, know that that's the work of your limbic brain. Meanwhile, the neocortex is the responsible side of our brain, from where all our rational thoughts derive. And while the neocortex can make a great argument, it turns out that the limbic brain is quite powerful, often contradicting and beating out our rational neocortex. So now think about how this may work in relation to your goals. Your neocortex has all the reasons why you should create the content for your social media, spend time looking at your finances and writing a business forecast, but your limbic brain knows what feels good, and getting up early to work on that business plan or opting to do admin instead of creating just doesn't feel quite as exciting. So your goals have to feel good, and those feel-good goals come from giving voice to your why. When you hit on the values and emotions that drive the why around why you want to achieve the goal, a light goes off in your limbic brain and kicks your body into action. Okay, so here are my top tips on the how to set why goals. Find the value that connects to your why. If you've got a goal in mind, but you can't answer why you want to achieve it, it's time to start digging. State the goal that you want to achieve. So for example, I want to increase my turnover to 100,000 this year. Now ask yourself why. This can feel uncomfortable, and that's a good thing. You're on the lookout for an emotional response. What is important to you about this goal? What makes you want it? The more the questioning provokes a response in us emotionally, we know the limbic brain is in action, and that in turn is leading us towards our values. Our values are key for getting us to take action and to stay engaged and see that goal through to completion. Now, imagine what it would be like if you achieved the goal. Using the example given before, turning over 100k per annum may mean that you can take a larger salary from the business, which would mean that you can buy a bigger house, which means that your children wouldn't have to share a bedroom anymore. Or it could be that by turning over 100,000, you would be able to hire another employee, which would mean you get more family time as you wouldn't need to work weekends. By exploring what it is about that value that is so meaningful, we start to capture an understanding of what accomplishing that goal would feel like. In order to do this, you need to ask yourself questions like, what would it be like to achieve that goal? What would life be like if I was able to hire someone else? What if I could have more family time? What would I do with that time? Make sure you capture an understanding of what accomplishing the goal would feel like. Having a keen sense of awareness of the end state is one of the most motivating factors when going after a goal. Once you've identified this, write it down in a journal or create a vision board or send yourself a voice memo talking about it. Whatever it is, this snapshot is what you will revisit when achieving your goal is becoming tough. The next thing you want to do is to make the goal smart. Those of you who have followed me for a while will know about my passion for setting SMART goals. To recap, these are goals that are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Once you have your why and your vision, it's time to get smart. So you know you want to increase your revenue this year to 100k. Firstly, you need to know where you're starting from. If you're currently turning over 50k, you know that you need to double your revenue. Now let's break it down further to make it measurable. 50k over 12 months is a monthly increase of £4,166, which is a total turnover per month of £8,333. Now ask, is this achievable? Can I double my monthly turnover? Start to break this down. How will I do it? Think of all the possible ways you could make an extra 4K per month. Now ask yourself, is this goal relevant? This is reconnecting you with your why. Remind yourself here why you're doing this and why you're doing this now. Finally, set a time frame. In this case, it's a 12-month goal. Pivot and adapt as you go. Too often, we set goals and then refuse to bend our rules. Rigid rules may work for some. For most, it results in giving up completely, but they can also lead you down a path that is no longer aligned with the purpose of your original why. As with all things in life, goalposts may change. You may start off thinking 100k is the target goal, but you get halfway through and realise actually it's affecting your profit margin, or you're just too tired to keep going and 85k is actually more realistic. To ensure you're staying true to your why, arrange to check in with yourself, a coach or an accountability partner once a month and ask the following questions. Am I still going after the right goal? Do I remain as committed to my stated purpose? Why? What do I need to shift? Finally, celebrate both the benchmarks on the road to achieving your goal as well as the achievement of the goal itself. Throughout the time frame you set for your goal, as you reach each milestone, each benchmark along the way, be sure to celebrate your achievements. These help you keep on track. For example, if you were trying to achieve 100k turnover so you can expand your team, when you increase your turnover by 10%, 15%, 20% and so on, you could throw a team party, even if that team party is just a party for one. So in conclusion, to fully achieve a goal, you must connect with your why, your personal motivator. Identify what is at stake if you don't take action to make it happen. One final tip I'd like to share is in relation to procrastination and tackling the tasks associated with your goals. This question was asked in multiple different formats, and I want to share a snippet of advice that I give to all my clients. Nano tasks. Too often we add items to our to-do list that are just too big and too ambiguous. Something like write copy for the website is far too broad. When we sit down to tackle that task, we have no idea where to start as it's too broad and too big, and therefore we become overwhelmed and don't even try to start it. With any task you set, break it down smaller. Think of what the first thing is you need to do in order to achieve that task, and then break it down even smaller until you have 10 or more small tasks, each taking less than 30 minutes to complete. That way, you will satisfy yourself by being able to tick off tasks, and you can squeeze in actions around other work as you know exactly what it is that you need to be doing. If you find it hard to focus on one of those set nano tasks or even get started, make a deal with yourself. Set a timer for 5 minutes and start the job. If when the alarm sounds, you're so relieved because the task you were doing was so awful, then you give yourself permission to stop the task entirely. If it wasn't that bad, keep going for another 20 to 25 minutes before taking a short break. I'm fairly sure you'll probably find the task isn't that bad after all. Before I end today's video, there was one other question I was asked, which was, what is your favourite SumUp product and why? Well, I really love the payment link solution, which is the perfect solution for remote businesses, just like mine. Payment links can be sent via email or via WhatsApp message, and you can receive payment straight away. There is no need to write a separate email or prepare a formal invoice. SumUp payment links means that clients can pay for your services and products with ease, which gives you more time to focus on achieving your goals. I hope you found this video helpful, and a big thank you to SumUp for inviting me to be part of their brand academy. Please check out today's story accompanying the video where you can learn more about the academy itself and find out how you can win a mentoring session. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye!